In the beginning there were only 2 tracks going across the bridge. This wasn't good enough as there was 4 concentric tracks on the whole of the layout. It was soon modified to take 4 tracks. This enabled the full running of 4 locos or trains to run at the same time throughout the layout. I began by removing some of the track on the bridge and cutting away the sections of the track at given points. This enabled me to position everything I wanted to for the bridge where it would be hinged on one side. These lines cut here are where the marking is to cut the bridge itself, so it gives a 90-degree lift rather than at an angle. I was wetting the ballast to remove it, and finally it all came up. These are the hinges, which are 3D printed, and they lift the bridge itself along that line that you can see in between the hinges in this final clip. Once I was happy with the lift up section, I worked on laying new track and the cork. It just went down quite nicely actually, and the track and the cork was glued down, held down with anything I could find, literally, just to weigh it down. Once it was drying nicely and all the joints were lined up nicely, I began to fix the hinge or the latches to hold it in good position. I then continued to relay the track inside the wardrobe. At this point I thought it might be a good idea to run a few trains just to test it out. Well, that's my excuse anyway. I continued to model around the hole in the wall to make a bridge portal. This was made up from an old plastic bridge portal, a single line one, which I cut in half, extended and glued together with a glue stick using little thin strips of MDF. I fashioned it around the angular section to bring it straight and perpendicular to the line. Continued to build up around the bridge area to fill it up with some body and make it look a bit more prototypical. I then sprayed a base coat on the plastic and the wooden strip at the top and began to fit some plaster bandage to fill the gaps and sort of fashion it around the edges and in the top where it's sort of like a filled up land, unused land. I painted the inside black as well as the track. I blacked to bring it down in colour, and then done a wash on the brickwork and some brown on the top underneath where I should be doing some static grass. Trying to make it look a little bit like soot marks on the brickwork, and then I fitted the ballast and soaked it. What I wanted to do is make sure it stayed put when I lifted the bridge, so I didn't want it to come loose, so it's a good strong heavy coating of PVA. I then started to grass the area, some static grass and some little bits and pieces, just shrubbery and bushes, and fill it up, and some bits on the track as well, just some bits of grass just to fill it up and make it look a bit used and natural. I printed out some scenery to go around it, and then I filled up the edges with more bits of scenery. I then made some trees and bushes, and they went on there as well to finish it off. Well, that is the build of the lift-up bridge from its start to finish. I will be doing more work to this in the future, and this is going to put some embankments at the side of the bridge to finish it off, because it just doesn't look finished at the moment. Although it's fully functional and it works well, there are some additives that I want to put onto it, and I think the embankments would finish it off. They would be at full height on this end, but on the other end, where the station is, they would sort of peter out to sort of almost level land. And it's just to finish it off really, so hopefully I'll see you in the future for part 2. Thanks for watching. Bye.